Distance nerding.
Well, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
It's an empty screen. Hi, it is Taco Tuesday. You guys know what that means. You are now experiencing distance nerding.
Part of the Geek Freaks Network family.
That's right. She's Revoli. I'm not going to say it right. For some reason, reveloing.
Yeah, I'm
Revelio. That's the word I'm looking for. Revelioing all the casting news. It's Jen from Frey Comics.
Wow, that was a long one. He's too old to be cast as Harry Potter. It's SHDU.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
His
right.
beard is
Well,
not existent, and he's invisible.
His beard is not existent, so he can't be cast as Dumbledore. It's not Jahmez 5000.
It's okay. He's not on screen right now. He'll be here in a moment, but
yeah.
You
know what? This is a great bit.
Cast as a Harry Potter spider.
Yes,
it's young Phil.
That's right, and we're here to nerd together. Yay! We're talking anything pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, comics, whatever you're nerding out on. We want to talk about it. Now, of course, if you are watching on YouTube right now, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Everything you do on YouTube helps us out the most right now. Listen on your favorite podcast app, of course, on Apple, on Spotify. Leave us a review. If you're on Spotify, you can leave us reviews on every episode. If you're on Apple, just leave us a review in general. And just remember, 5 stars helps us so much. Follow us on all the main places on 5 stars. Follow us on all the main places, of course, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, Blue Sky, Discord, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you would like to shoot us an email, you can email us at distancenerding@aol.com.
And don't worry about the hand that is occasionally, coming right on into my
Fine.
See,
yeah, there you go.
He's like, there's not enough gain. We need gain.
He is. He's adjusting it as I speak. So it's actually
literally as you
speak.
Speak.
Thing, right?
That's right.
That's it. It's the thing. He's my tech producer, and so he just comes over and moves around with that one hand and does all of it. It's beautiful to behold.
Nice. Yeah. I like it. Give me 1 second here. I am sending a link to Sandra Betty. There we go.
Okay. Well, I mean, let's not have dead air while we're doing this.
No,
so.
yeah.
I'm cutting it out of the show. I'm cutting it out of the show after it. That ad.
No,
we're gonna up every time.
These are my hands. That one wasn't.
Sack Deadpool said James became a lumberjack.
Like let him put his hand. Oh, buddy, just call me Shiva because I got lots of arms.
So good. Such a good joke if you're listening to the episode right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled onto the worst kept secret on the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding, and we are presenting to you in all of its glory the download. I realized as I was saying it that I was like, I'm saying the wrong name of the show. It's fine.
Yeah. Did that not have audio for anyone else, or?
I never have audio for it.
Oh,
really?
I usually do.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, interesting. I heard
I'm
all the
okay
audio.
with it.
Okay, good.
I'm okay with not having the audio. Whatever.
All right.
It's okay.
Who needs
I'm
audio?
not bitter or anything.
Yeah, who needs audio? It's fine.
Look, I just don't want to screw anything up. That's really what.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are there. It is. We are every fucking where. It's Roy Kent. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's the Geek It Update.
this week on deck, we've got the Geek It Update.
Okay. We had a very merry birthday.
Very merry birthday to you. All right. Starting rumors.
Is the Deadpool director now Star Wars Jesus?
Yeah, he might be.
He might be.
Might be. He
but,
might.
I mean, we all know that Star Wars Jesus is Obi-Wan Kenobi, of course.
Yeah. No, that's true because most like grown adults who don't like nerdy things think he's Jesus anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
And of course, we're leading off the end of the show with the download.
We're pottering, Beetlejuicing, gathering, stunting, and gaming today.
So much fun things to talk about. But before we get into all of that and all those things, but first, let me get a shout out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by the good folks at Debbie. That's right. Debbie is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. Debbie contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. None of that kind of stuff that's in there. Guys, it is great. It is delicious. They have like 1 million flavors now. Find out more about Debbie at www.debbie.gg and use the code nerding10 to get 10% off your order. It is so good. I drink a lot of it. I'm not drinking any right now because again, I'm on enough caffeine. Don't need much more than that.
That's
right?
Clearly, you're not.
Clearly, yeah, exactly.
Clearly.
Even though I'm still messing up, but it's fine. I always mess up. That's what happens when you're producing and hosting a show at the same time.
That's just normal. Exactly.
Exactly.
Distance is also on Comic-Con Radio. Find Distance and our second show, A Comic Conversation, on comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. I will proceed to try to put it in the chat once again. I always fail at this, but we're gonna see if
so copy C.
That's what I've
Control C. You can do it.
I did Control C and I'm doing Control V.
Okay, Control V and then hit the button.
And and then send. And I see it in the chat on the YouTube thing here.
I don't.
Well, this is a little delayed, so.
Okay.
Well, we'll let it go for like a second
All
here.
right. So Distance Nerding is a part of the Geek Freaks Network.
Yay! I'm on the wrong page. Yay!
Geek Freaks Podcast, Challenge Accepted, Outlast Podcast, Fandom Portals, Who's Got Next Game, Disney Moms Gone Wrong, Geek Freaks Interviews, Headlines, and Anime Plus, and so much more.
That's
Join
all
of
the
us.
fun. I was gonna say that's all the fun you can expect on the Geek Freaks Network. Of course, all of the different social media platforms, everything going on with Geek Freaks. We are now part of that, guys. If you've noticed the difference in our social media presence, it's because of Geek Freaks. So we're gonna continue on and continue to move on and upwards. As much upward momentum as we can. We love these guys over there. Been doing a couple of live events with them already, and we're going to continue doing it. So if you haven't noticed already, big Geek Freaks, well, not big, but like there's a Geek Freaks symbol at the top of the show. That's essentially it. You know, it's showing that we are part of the network now.
Right up there. There you go.
Yeah, it's up there. It's over there on the corner.
So, yep, it's over here.
If you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, you don't know what corner.
If you're not,
you don't know what it says.
There's nothing. Nope. It's just you can imagine us however you want to.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, check us out on the Geek Freaks Network. And I'm on the wrong page as usual.
You said okay.
I just wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah. But check us out. And of course, you can head over to geekfreakspodcast.com and you can actually see articles from this show showing up on the Geek Freaks podcast
Ooh.
website. So it's going to be a lot of fun stuff. Again, more internet presence. It's what we want, right?
Yeah.
More. We
More.
need more.
More.
Hey, so did you know in Britain when they like something, they don't say that it's addictive, like, oh, I'm so addicted to this, or oh, it's addictive. They call it moreish. So they'll say like food is moreish, and it means you want more of it, like you're gonna eat more. Like that whole you can't eat just one Lay's potato chip.
Yeah,
They would say that's moreish. Like, oh, it's moreish. And so now every time I think about that, I think moreish. We want more-ish of this.
I don't. Is that racist? Are they like talking about Moors?
No, at first I thought it was, and I was like, "Oh wow, oh I didn't realize that this is what was going on." But then I realized more-ish. I actually looked it up, and it was like, "Oh no, it's British slang for I really it's something you want to eat a lot."
That does make a little bit more sense, I suppose. But
yeah.
Well, let's jump into this.
British sense.
British sense. It's wow. What is Anglican slang?
My Anglican sense is tingling.
My Anglican sense is tingling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and move on here. It is now time to talk about the Geek End Update.
Well, ladies, does a really good job on those desks.
I know, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend, this was on Saturday, Sat Geeks had an unbirthday party, Mad Hatter Tea Party. That's hence the joke.
I got you.
A curious, topsy-turvy world where nothing is as it seems, and the party is just getting started. Sat Geeks' unbirthday party was a night of drag, magic, drinks, and desserts, all wrapped up in a Wonderland-themed extravaganza. Drag Spectacular, hosted by the one and only Lotus House Party, and featuring some of the most dazzling queens in the kingdom.
Ooh, right.
I actually saw some pictures, and we do have a video that I'm going to play as soon as I'm done with all this. Vixen, the Forbidden Magician's White Rabbit Magic Show, a live auction of madness hosted by Lotus House Party. This high-energy auction featured rare geeky treasures, collectibles, and surprises you didn't want to miss. And if you missed it, you missed out.
Shame on
you. Of course, there was a cosplay and costumes were encouraged. And I from the pictures that we saw, a lot of people dressed in a lot of whimsy, a lot of fantasy, mostly in Wonderland inspired costumes. So before we bring on our representative of the Sat Geeks, of course, James is a representative of Sat Geeks, but he's not here at the moment.
Right.
We're gonna play a quick little video here of the experience that they had over the weekend. So let's check this out.
All right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
that was awesome.
Here representing Sat Geeks, it is the one, it is the only, is the amazing, and hopefully we don't make her laugh so hard that she snorts across the entire screen. It's Sandra Petty.
Hi, everybody. Phil, you know I already did that last night. I don't think I need to tonight.
I'm pretty sure Jackie killed you last night.
Yeah, she did.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, okay, girl, we got to talk about this birthday party right now. You and me. Just you and me. Don't listen to these two. Just listen to this one.
Okay.
All right. So, first of all, loved it. The video was amazing. What was your favorite part of the unbirthday party?
The drag show, really, for me.
Okay, so I need you to tell me who was the biggest queen, who was the biggest diva, and who do you want to travel the world with and just go ape on every single country?
I mean, they were all awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm a little biased with this one because she was Marceline and I cosplay as Marceline. So
Oh. Well,
I
yeah.
believe her name is Amelia Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And she was the one who did the Marceline. Now, when they announced her, they said, "Does anyone like Avengers Time?" And out of nowhere, Bruce comes running up next to me to watch to see what it was. And we're like, oh, her outfit makes sense now. She's
Wow.
Marceline.
There, yeah, that's awesome. So was she like the biggest queen, would you say?
No, because there was another one who was actually dressed as the Red Queen. So
Okay. Now that would make them the biggest.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that
that,
is
like,
very
is-
literal. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like the inception of queens. there.
Yeah.
Drag queen, red queen. It's a whole queen thing. All right.
Queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Who would you want to travel the world with?
Oh, that would be our host, Maya, because she is awesome.
Okay.
I was talking to her when we were like doing prep work for the show, and they're just an awesome person. They're really good vibes. They're very nerdy, which we
Good.
love, of course.
Of
course.
And they're considering also joining Sat Geek, so that's a plus for us too.
Ooh,
Oh, that's pretty
nice.
cool.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so then who was Bruce's favorite?
He didn't have a favorite of any of the special guests, really. His favorite was another cosplay friend of ours who Jeff can't remember their name, so we just call her the sticker lady.
Oh, okay.
lady.
Well, you know,
I
hey,
see.
Because she always gives us stickers, and because she loves Bruce so much, she'll make special little sticker packages for him with special little stuff in it all the time. And they were both dressed as Cheshire Cat, like the kid Cheshire Cat you saw in the video. That's him. Jeff made him that Cheshire Cat for the show.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
That's adorable.
That's adorbs. Okay, so, all right, so we talked about that. All right, so what is this Vixen the Forbidden Magician's White Rabbit Magic Show? That's a lot of words, so it
That
better have
is.
been spectacular.
Oh my god, this person, I don't know how she does it, but she contorts and bends her body in ways you're like, is she human?
Like maybe she had some ribs removed or something.
Yeah, or something, or she got some, ball bearings put in her spine, because I don't know how she does it. Freaky.
So does she do magic or is it just contortion?
It's mainly contortion and light ups and cool stuff, illusions with hula hoops and things like that is really fun.
Oh, that's awesome. I love hula hoop action. That's like one of my favorite things. All right. Okay, and then there was the live auction, right?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff was up for auction?
Oh, we had signed autographs, games, toys, vintage Barbie dolls, and lots of other little like rare stuff and paintings.
So like one of a kind kind of stuff and
Yeah.
Oh, was it all
Very
like
cool.
donated? Was it a lot of corporate stuff or
Majority of it was donated.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Hey, donation can be awesome. We love donations. More for the amazing work that Sack Geeks does. So, did you bid on anything?
Did you win anything?
No, at the end I bought a teapot because Bruce really, really liked it.
Oh, hey, there you go. That's not a bad thing. All right. So did the auction get a little like, was it like paddle auction or was it like a silent auction? Or?
It was a silent auction. That way everyone else can still enjoy the show and walk around and bid on what they wanted. And it was a pretty good turnout.
That's awesome. How many people do you think made it?
Oh, at least 40 people or so. I mean, I was running around everywhere too, so I could not keep track.
Okay, so was tea consumed?
There was iced tea.
Okay. Because my next question was going to be, what brands of tea was consumed? But
Were
never
they
mind,
good?
it's iced tea.
Well,
And
I
was
mean,
it Dubby? No.
Was it Duffy?
if Dubby sponsored us, I mean, we could have, but we didn't have time.
All right, that's awesome. And so cosplay and costumes. So did everybody dress up that was there, or like were there a couple that didn't?
Except
and
for
they
one
felt
person
weird?
who is curiously not on the stream right now.
Yeah,
Mm.
one member of the board who was actually there was not dressed up. And there was a couple of people who came because they just came to support us because they were family and they came to support, but they didn't necessarily dress up. But a majority, like 98% of everybody there was dressed up in some
Good.
fashion.
That's
Nice.
awesome. That is so amazing. All right. Okay. Do you have a spiel for us? I asked you a lot of questions, so I just thought maybe you might have something you want to say.
About the show, that it's great and everyone should donate to Set Geeks on May 1st for the big day of giving.
Oh, yeah. Big day of giving, everyone, May 1st. Anything that you have that you would like to donate that's appropriate.
Yes.
I know our audience. Appropriate.
It's money donations. If they go to the Set Geeks Instagram, there is a link for it.
Yay! Go to the
So-
Sack Geeks Instagram.
Someone
Right?
put that in the chat.
Meow.
Not me.
Not right meow. After this and after you watch Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
But yeah, do it.
Well, if they do it by May 1st, it's good because that's the day that they need to do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, there is a thing. It says visit www.instagram.com/sackgeeks for pics and more information. And I bet you can donate there.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm gonna go ahead and post that in the chat right now.
Thanks, Phil, for getting that hint.
Wink, wink, wink.
Well, Sandra, we appreciate you coming on and talk about the Mad Tea Party.
Of course. I mean,
we had a good time.
yeah, we all had a really good time. We shut it down like we do at every event we go to. We always are the very last people to leave.
Because we always just decide to help. It's like, we're just gonna help you guys clean up and do all the stuff. Yeah,
That's kind of how we became friends.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is always a pleasure to see your
Yep,
smiling
always.
face, Miss Sandra Betty. So, and thank you so much for being our con correspondent. I know this wasn't really a con, but you did go there. So,
Yeah.
our nerdy con related correspondent.
Of course. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks
We'll
so much.
see you guys back for the dance party at the end of the show.
Yeah, and also before we forget, tomorrow night we're on at 5:30.
Okay.
And also we're 20 subscribers away on YouTube from a big giveaway. So if we get 20 more subscribers, we have a really awesome 3D print D&D giveaway.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
there we go. So, guys, push that out there.
Let me just
Tell
find-
all your friends, especially if you're into cosplay or you're into Comic Cons and things like that. Just fabrication in general. Jeff and Sandra have a really cool stream. They tend to repair and build and do all kinds of fun stuff, getting ready for cons. So check that out, guys. 5:30 at the DeLong Family Cosplay YouTube channel.
Awesome.
Great.
Like and subscribe. Do it now. All right. All right, Sandra. We'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. So I got to ask James, considering that you were sitting at the ticket booth the entire time,
Oh, sorry.
what was
sorry.
your
Hold on.
experience? What was your experience with the Mad
And
Hatter?
we're here to nerd together. Oh.
It was a good experience. I got to see a lot of people. Saw Stark's Comic Vault was there.
Mhm.
I met some people that were at Sundial Bridge Con, and they actually shout out to Sack Deadpool. They're like, "Yeah, we were in a costume contest, and Sack Deadpool won it." I'm like, "You mean Aaron?" Like, what? You know him? I'm like, I'm gonna text him. He said that right now. So I got to text him, and he's like, "Oh, tell him I said hi. So it was super cool. Saw a lot of people. Saw some friends I used to work with. So it was great. It was a good time. I saw a lot of people buying teapots and doing the raffle. Oh my god, the raffle went off. I didn't know there were Eric Bauza autographs.
Oh wow, I didn't
There
know
was-
he had Bowser autographs either.
He's like the voice of Bugs Bunny. He's like
He's
the voice of
of
Looney
like
Tunes.
all of Looney Tunes,
Oh,
And-
okay.
and he's Pinoy.
Yeah, I didn't know it was there, and then I was like, oh, okay, let me wrap things up and grab some stuff. I looked down, I'm like, what? Eric? There was like 4 different ones. They were super cool. You should have been there. Should have bid. You would have bid on it. You would have liked it. No, it was a good time. Everybody had a good time. The drag shows were great. Everybody had such a good time.
Mhm.
Love it.
It's good fight. Good vibes. Good vibes.
What did you
Good.
go as?
I went as the guy at the front desk taking money and handing
Oh.
out tickets.
He
So
went as,
you didn't dress up.
I was that guy, yeah.
You
He
didn't.
went
You didn't
as,
dress up at all.
he went as James DeMar on a Saturday.
hmm I went as the
Uh-huh.
guy that's gonna get things done, and I did. I was ticket
Okay.
guy. I was money guy. I was lighting guy. It
Uh-huh.
was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go.
You know what you can do though? You can do all of that in costume.
Yeah.
They're just gonna.
Okay.
Everybody's just gonna continue to give you shit, man.
Some of us sweat more than others. Just letting you know, there's a lot of
No,
sweaty
you
people.
gotta,
there.
then you
Why
gotta
are
wear
you
looking
bringing
nice.
the amount of sweat that I produce into this?
I'm
I don't
just-
know why you do that.
I'm just saying, some of us sweat more than others.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's go ahead and move on here, guys. The next show that's coming up here, Lodi Comic Con Spring on Saturday, May 10th. 2025. So that's coming up pretty soon here over at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. Now the guest list they have is a lot of wrestling guests that are going to be there. Shawn Waltman, if you are unfamiliar who what that is, he was the 1-2-3 Kid. He was X-Pac. He was there's all kinds of characters that he was, but
Cool. I'm gonna pretend like I know what any of that meant.
yeah. For those of us who are in the know right now, both Ricochet and Samantha Irving are going to be there. I kind of want to go just to meet Samantha Irving more than Ricochet. Because Samantha
rude.
Irving's no, I do want to meet Ricochet. Ricochet's I feel like he never got a good shake throughout his entire career at WWE, and he was such a captivating dude, and it was like they just didn't push him at all.
Mm-hmm.
Samantha Irving, his now wife, I'm a little upset that she's gone too, because I felt like she was probably one of the best ring announcers since Lillian Garcia.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Other guests are going to be Mara Juno. Looks like she plays Storm in Marvel Rivals. She's got a character in Arcane. She's got a couple of different characters there that I can see. She plays Sindel in Mortal Kombat. Nice. Christopher Shawn, who's another voice actor, all kinds of video games and stuff. Irene Bedard, friend of the show, Irene Bedard, the voice of Pocahontas. Vincent Tong, Jeff Steitzer, who I believe is the voice of Halo.
Oh.
You know, the double kill, that guy.
Oh.
I don't
Jay-
know who that is.
JB Blanc, who is Kano in Mortal Kombat, and he's got characters in Arcane. He actually plays a character in League of Legends in the actual game. And then, of course, Jason Spisak, who is also another character actor. He played the Flash in Young Justice, which is pretty
Oh,
cool.
I
that's
was
cool.
gonna say, I think I actually know who he is.
Yeah. He also
Hey,
played-
we found someone Frey new.
yeah, he also played the Joker in Batman Hush, which was kind of cool.
Oh, well.
But yeah, so a couple of big actors that are going to be coming. If anybody was excited to see Rikishi, he had to pull out. Rikishi's not going to be at the show. And there's a lot of comic artists that are going to be there as well.
What's the URL?
The URL, I'm going to put it in the chat here so that everybody can have a link to buy tickets if they would like tickets. But it is LodiComicCon.com. So yes, that is a show to be excited for, ladies and gentlemen.
When is the Grape Festival?
The Grape Festival?
Well,
Yeah, 'cause
it's
it-
the
'cause-
Lodi Grape
yeah.
Festival grounds.
It's on the Grape
When's
Festival grounds.
the actual
so,
Grape
yeah.
Festival? Do we
I
know?
don't know.
Maybe you should go to LodiComicCon.com and see if we can find out.
Good call out, James. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on. This is the next big show you're going to catch all of us at, which I will disown Shadu if you like weasels his way out of this.
Whoa. Hold on. What's
If you weasel your way out of this show, I am going to disown you. Ladies and gentlemen, Gem State Comic-Con is coming May 17th and 18th at the Expo Idaho Boise Idaho Center in Boise, Idaho. Massive show, guys. This is our biggest show of the year. Oh my God, the amount of guests that we have coming to this show. Ray Park is going to be there. Darth Maul himself. Bonnie Wright is going to be there. Ginny Weasley. Our boy Shawn Gunn. I'm so excited. I mean, whether you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy or you're a fan of just like the MCU, or you're a fan of Gilmore Girls, he's going to be
He was
all of that.
also an Angel.
He was an Angel. Scott Patterson, also from Gilmore Girls, is going to be there. And then, of course, our friends of the show, Brian O'Halloran and Marilyn Gigliotti from Clerks and Clerks 2 are going to be there. That's going to be fun. John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem, is going to be at that show. Derek Stephen Prince, who he's an anime voice actor, but most notably he plays Golden Frieza.
I don't know who that is.
In Dragon Ball Z.
Oh wait, what?
Damn it, you beat me to it. I looked at. I was waiting to be respectful here. Well, Phil was describing Gem State. Yeah, I also looked at the Lodi Grape Festival. Yeah, it is. Yeah, 11th to 14th.
Another friend of the show, Rick Robertson, who's Deborah from Dragon Ball Z, Elise Bowman, another friend of the show, Pan from Dragon Ball Z, and James Pascoe, who is a voice actor best known for Batman.
Ooh.
Hey!
I'm sorry, not a voice actor. Sorry, he's an artist best known for Batman.
I was like, hey, that's not right.
That's not right. No, not at all. It wasn't at all.
No.
Cliff Cramp is going to be there. He is a veteran illustrator. He's done some work on Star Wars. So that's another one. Our friend Floyd Sumner is going to be there. William Russell. I mean, so many artists. But a friend of the show, Luis Rivera. Tubi is going to be there. Warren Montgomery. There's so many different people that are going to be there.
It just gets bigger and bigger every single year.
It's a massive show.
It really is.
You know, so
and
guys,
you know what? The location is also really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
It is a beautiful location.
And they're doing it a little bit later, so it's not going to be like snowy like it was last time.
I didn't mind it. I actually was fine with it. I got overheated and walking outside where it was like a brisk 40 degrees with a t-shirt on. Fan-frickin-tastic. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned on the show. We will be doing more and more news and announcements for Gem State Comic-Con. So keep your ears peeled. I was gonna say your eyes peeled, but yeah, keep your ears open. And keep
your ears pierced.
Ears pierced. And listen in for some for all the news from Gem State. So, guys, are we ready to move into this?
Can we please do the show now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we've got a lot to go through. So let's jump into this. Let's get banned in Belarus because now's a good time to get banned in Belarus. I'm fine with it. Let's do this. It's time to start some rumors.
We're banned in Belarus.
Banned in Belarus. Banned in Belarus. Banned in Belarus. Banned in Belarus. Banned in Belarus. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the first story here. Get your clown noses, nerds. It's gonna get good. In reality, who we need to call for this? I need to call Graveyard because this is one of his favorite movies. So
get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
A new report has surfaced claiming that the classic 80s horror film Killer Klowns from Outer Space might finally be getting a remake treatment. MGM is developing a new take on the cult horror comedy, and none other than Ryan Gosling is reportedly attached as a producer. Neither MGM nor Gosling's team has confirmed the project. So take this one with a big clown nose size grain of salt. Killer.
That's a big grain of salt.
I mean, considering if you've ever seen the movie, it would make sense. Killer Klowns has exploded in popularity over the past decade. They've become a staple at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, scored their own video game, and spawned an army of collectibles, Funko Pops, T-shirts, and other nostalgia-fueled merchandise. So, tacos on the table. Will this remake happen, or is Ryan Gosling just clowning around?
Boo.
Tacos on the table.
He's
This-
just clown.
This is such a
Anywhere
cult
else he'd
classic.
be you down. I'm sorry.
I am not a fan of clowns, but I
No.
am a fan of this movie.
I don't like this one as much as I like the Tomatoes movie.
I would say that I do enjoy Attack of the Killer Tomatoes a lot better. I always mix that movie with Fried Green Tomatoes. Two completely
Fried
opposite
green
movies.
Killer
That is a
Tomatoes
hell-
from outer space.
Hey,
Hey,
There
nobody's
you go.
trying to remake
That's
tomatoes.
a hell of a like, man. That's not.
Yeah.
You do not want to confuse
It
those
gets
two.
squishy.
Because they're
Yeah.
such different movies. Like one's a drama and the other one is like the most outlandish, out
Just
there
absurd, like yeah.
absurd horror movie.
This movie is why I'm afraid of clowns. Like Jaws is the reason why I'm afraid of like the ocean and sharks. This is why I'm afraid of circuses. These clowns were so scary but yet charming at the same time. Ugh,
Not
this
even-
movie gives me nightmares.
This
Not
movie,
even just clowns, just circuses.
yeah, no, this movie made a lot of kids afraid of clowns. Like this movie
Yeah.
is the reason that there's a lot of clown trauma.
I'm
and see-
afraid of clowns regardless. So.
I can attest to that. We went to a very small regional kids park that had like roller coasters and stuff, and it was clown themed. The first time he'd ever been around clowns.
But
We did ride some rides, but he didn't want any clowns anywhere near him. And
Nope.
from this movie, have gotten. I went the opposite, where I want to attack clowns because I assume all clowns are evil.
it's
and-
like Happy Gilmore. You're gonna die, clown.
Right. And so normally clowns run when they see me. So
God.
Let's
okay,
keep
so
you
then-
away from the Cirque du Soleil shows, okay?
So anyway, my
I was-
brutally murdered, well made up tomato tacos are on the table.
I was gonna say a shout out to another friend of the show. If you go and listen to the episode of They Mostly Pot Out at Night, Salem. This is one of Salem's lowest rated movies of all time.
wow.
He
Like
hated,
in a good
Saying
way?
Something.
no, in
Like a
bad-
golf score, like when your golf score's low.
he absolutely hated this movie.
Whoa.
I bet he felt about this movie what I felt about Eyes Wide Shut.
He probably did.
Are there clowns in that movie? Screw that movie.
No, well, Tom Cruise is in it.
That's clown enough.
I see where the joke went there. All right, well, let's move on, guys. My tacos are on the table for this. I think it makes sense. I think Ryan Gosling was he's mentioned in the past that he was a big fan of the franchise. So I mean, it makes sense for him to go and produce and make another movie. I'm afraid, like I still want it to be like a shitty, bad, like low budget movie.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like updated, shitty, low budget movie.
Like Doctor Who, how they updated Doctor Who, but it still is kind of got that Doctor Who feel about it.
Yeah.
Like you've got to have the essence of the movie.
Yeah, because I mean, what made this movie was that it was a terrible low budget movie.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next story here.
All right.
My tacos were on the table.
Oh yes, tacos. So, is Finn gonna threaten to shoot someone's loft cat? We haven't heard anything solid about Shawn Levy's Star Wars movie in a while, but now we might have an update. Jonathan Tropper, who's writing the project, recently told Screen Rant, "I'm excited too. I hope it's on the way sooner than you think." The movie is reportedly set after The Rise of Skywalker, which is relatively uncharted territory. One thing we know for sure is they haven't actually started shooting the movie yet, but there's a lot brewing behind the scenes. If Tropper's comments are any indication, they might hint at a 2027 or 2028 release. So, tacos on the table. Will Shawn Levy's Star Wars actually have a plan?
No.
I thought that was not Tropper but Trooper, and I thought that was hilarious. And now I realize it's Tropper, and I'm not as excited as I was.
He is a Tropper keeper.
A Tropper keeper. I'm all in. My Tropper keeper tacos are on the table.
I do believe. And my tacos are on the table. I do believe that they're going to fast track Shawn Levy just because he is, as far as Disney goes, he is gold when it comes to what he works on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, he took a rated R concept that they thought was not going to perform well and killed it. So
yeah.
I do believe he is going to surpass all expectations with this movie.
He's kind of got that outside of the box kind of, coming at it from a different angle kind of feel. Like, I feel like James Gunn did that a lot. They remind me of each other, even though they're totally different directors, but they have that kind of, I'm coming at this from a different angle view. Yeah. And I really enjoy that. So I think that he could do a really great job or a really horrible job. And you know what? I'm okay with either. I'm ready. My body is ready for this.
Okay.
Yeah, my tacos on the table. I think he's going to be able to pull this off. You know, if anybody, the way he pulled Deadpool and Wolverine together and made it connect to the MCU, like, are you kidding me? Let this guy cook. This guy's going to figure it out.
Speaking of cooking, my tacos, like Darth Maul, have been cut in half, but like Deadpool, of course, are regrowing themselves very slowly back to how they were.
Your tacos have mechanical spider legs for a season.
Yes.
Right?
Well, the leg part. So like, there's like two parts of it, and then there's a whole. Yeah, it's all anyway.
We don't.
A combo plate. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey Phil.
Yeah.
How are your tacos doing?
Oh, I was the first one to say it. I said my tacos are on the table.
Oh.
I just was checking in on your tacos, buddy.
Yeah, no, my tacos are good. My tacos are
we
delicious.
Worry about your tacos.
Yeah.
You know what tacos I would love? Some Caesarian tacos.
Oh yes.
That's right. Is this the main man? Oh my God, I love Lobo so much. All right, a new photo from the set of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, has been shared online, and it gives us another look at Millie Alcock suited up as the Girl of Steel alongside the mysterious character believed to be Jason Momoa's Lobo. He already said he's Lobo. He said it on Kimmel. He's really excited about it. He said he's been filming scenes. We all know this. That's freaking Jason Momoa. And that's Millie Alcock in that cute little Supergirl thing. But here's what I want to know. Is that a flashback or is it in the actual storyline?
Right.
Oh, wait. I have a tacos on the... Oh, I don't have a tacos on the table thing. Let me come up with one really quick. Okay. Tacos on the table. Will Lobo eat that tank that's on the screen?
Eat that tank. Is the main man gonna frag Supergirl?
Right. Will he say, "Bite me, fanboy"?
Bite me, fanboy. I can already hear him saying it.
Right. Exactly.
There is another picture that, like, somebody like doctored one half of it, and then but like there's a picture of Momoa on a bike. And we assume, I mean, that's another reason I chose this picture, because this is the one that's actually like out there as a set leak.
Yeah.
But
and you can see her and him both. So I mean,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Just because he fits Lobo so much more than he does Aquaman.
Oh yeah.
I think every person that was like when he first came into the DCEU, they were like, "Oh wow, I wonder who Jason Momoa is playing," and we were all like, "Lobo," and then they went Aquaman, and we went, "What?"
Yeah.
Right.
Like he already looks like Lobo. Like every version of that character, he looks like Lobo.
Yeah.
And he loves Lobo. Like
Yeah.
he has all the Lobo comics. So like
Yeah.
he's so much Lobo.
He's already Lobo without Lobo being Lobo. Like he just like walks around and gives off Lobo energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked him as
James.
Aquaman. I liked him as Aquaman.
No, I didn't dislike him as Aquaman. I'll give you that. I did like
I
kind of
liked
like the twist on the way they did Aquaman. I mean, why would you make a white guy? Sorry for all the white people out there. Why would you make a white guy the king of the sea? And then like how does it not make sense to make a Polynesian the king of the sea?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Or
Unless you're a young
No.
Alan Richson, and then maybe you can play Aquaman.
Alan Richson is Aquaman. Like he looks like a comic book accurate Aquaman, but he also looks
Right.
like comic book
Does.
accurate every character.
Yeah.
here we go on the Alan Rickson as Batman thing again.
Yeah.
Alan
The point
Richson
is-
is Batman. He's Bruce Wayne.
Oh my god.
soaking wet tacos have been called out of the sea. Soaking wet fish tacos have been called out of the sea, but are now turning into Lobo.
They're being cooked with intergalactic grenades.
That works. That was a better joke.
Yummy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
friggin'.
The-
Anyways, so let's go ahead and move on unless anybody else has any
the Caesarian tacos.
Caesarian tacos. Does anybody else have any comments on Lobo here?
No, but you know what? I want me some champions. I mean, Young Avengers. I mean, what? In the not so young Avengers rumors, Hailee Steinfeld has made a big splash as Kate Bishop in the Marvel series Hawkeye. And last time we saw her was the end credit scene of the Marvels when Miss Marvel set out to assemble a team of champions, and she sought out Bishop a la Nick Fury. Steinfeld commented on the rumor of her appearing in Avengers Doomsday. I'm excited about the idea of continuing to grow with a character like Kate, especially in something as huge as the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You get to go back to your family. You get to go back to that little home that then becomes part of this grander picture. I love that character, and I totally understand why she is so loved. Talk is on the table. Will we see Kate get her purple back in Doomsday?
Oh,
And James is gone.
we lost to James. All right. Well,
Lost James again.
I am 100% on board. No, I don't think she's going to be in Doomsday. I think that there's going to be filler in between, and she ends up in Secret Wars.
Oh yeah.
Just because there's so much going on in Doomsday, it wouldn't make sense to just kind of throw her in there.
Right. Unless this is a 4.5 hour movie.
I don't think it's going to be.
I hope not. My bladder cannot take it.
It's going to be Doomsday Part 1 and then Part 2.
No. I mean, that's what Secret Wars is supposed to be.
No, I know.
Yeah. Sack Deadpool saying she will 100% be in Secret Wars, and then
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, she's going to be in Secret Wars. That's that. There's no doubt about that.
I think so. I think we're gonna get a lot more of the younger heroes in Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think there's way too much going on in Doomsday for them to just kind of like waste Kate Bishop for Doomsday, like thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're jumping on the Young Avengers just yet. I think Young Avengers are going to show up in
Champions.
that. I'm still calling them Young Avengers. That's
Yeah.
Champions.
okay. Champions
Man,
are
you
going to
played
show up
quickly.
in Secret Wars. The Young Avengers will be in Secret Wars.
Champions.
Yeah.
Apparently without Patriot though, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to use Secret Wars as like a vehicle to get him in there.
That would make sense. Just because like they somebody else was talking over the weekend and they were saying like, oh yeah, so this is the list that we that supposedly is supposed to be the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
And Patriot's name wasn't on there. And I was like, it makes no sense. Eli's already been introduced in the universe. Why would you
Yeah.
not do Eli?
Well, I mean, maybe he'll come later. I don't know. I mean, who knows? There are a lot of younger heroes that they've been introducing, though. So who knows who we're going to get
Yeah.
as the first incarnation, and then who's going to pop up later.
Right.
So we don't know. But I think she's coming back. I think she's going to be in Secret Wars. I don't think she'll be in Doomsday though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess
my
that
purple spandex tacos are on the table.
I was gonna say I guess that puts the majority of us with the tacos off the table.
Yes.
Off the table because Doomsday.
Yeah. Doomsday.
I'm just gonna say my trick tacos are off the table.
Oh, there you go, trick tacos.
Yeah.
That was good. That was very succinct, small.
That was good.
You can do it. You could do that in every single one of them.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
Trick tacos that have he's just completely in love with.
That's Amon Balani.
Oh no, I
you can be in love with both of them. It's fine.
I also like Hailee Steinfeld. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna have to get off the stream here pretty soon if we're gonna keep talking about like two women at once. This is ridiculous. Okay.
Oh, it's way more than two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot Pakistani girl and hot and hot Filipino girl. It's perfect. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next story. Speaking of hot girls.
Speaking of mean girls, will Matt need the services of Alias Investigation soon? Ever since the announcement that Daredevil was returning to the Disney Plus series Daredevil Born Again, there has been speculation about whether or not we would see the other Defenders from the Netflix series return, especially after it was revealed that John Barenthal's Frank Castle / Punisher would be appearing in the Charlie Cox-led show. Pretty sure it's Charlie Cox, Vincent D'Onofrio led, but okay, whatever. Both Krysten Ritter, who played Jessica Jones, and Mike Coulter, who played Luke Cage, have expressed their willingness to return, but have been adamant about not knowing if that was a real possibility. Now that this week is ushering in the season 1 finale, that's right, nerds, Daredevil Born Again season 1 finale. You can watch it after you watch this. Ritter has amped up rumors again that fans may be able to look forward to her return in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. The chatter began when Ritter shared a photo of Daredevil actor Charlie Cox reading Ritter's recently released novel, Retreat. The caption in the photo reads, @Krysten Ritter, #nailed it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just liked her nails.
I know, right?
While this doesn't prove anything except for the fact that Charlie Cox is a good friend, maybe it means they are also spending time together on the set of Daredevil Born Again season 2. Tacos on the table. Now, is David Tennant coming back or what?
I kind of need Purple Man in the MCU. That would be great.
Go ahead.
No tacos on the table because it's such a lie. Daredevil's blind. How is he reading a book? Gotcha. Totally
no, actually, okay. So you know how Daredevil would read a book is he can, because of his enhanced senses, he can actually feel the raised letters on the paper.
Okay, well there goes my joke. Thanks.
My blind tacos are on the table.
Your blind His tacos apparently can see. All right. Now my tacos are on the table. I know the fans have been clamoring for Krysten Ritter to come back. I know that a lot of Kevin Feige said that if this was successful, he wanted to bring Krysten Ritter back.
Well, definitely. And she's the perfect Jessica Jones, really.
She really is.
Yeah. And my soaked in all the alcohol that has been destroyed in Alias Investigation tacos are on the table.
Okay.
I think we're good. Are we good?
I think we're good here.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to this last rumor here.
Mom, the jaws of Oblivion are opening again. After years of rumors and speculation that Bethesda was working on a remake of the landmark role-playing game, the first screenshots of this brand new version of The Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion have been found as fans started digging around the developer's website ahead of a supposed release next week. Back in 2023, a Reddit user claimed to have info about an upcoming Oblivion remake. Later that year, a production roadmap for Bethesda linked during a Microsoft FTC trial, and it was mentioned an Oblivion remake. That was... oh, man, okay. In January, Kotaku was able to verify the game's existence with several sources, and it was reported in March that the RPG remake might arrive very soon via a surprise launch. Now the screenshots of the yet-to-be officially announced Oblivion remake have appeared online, and it seems that we are very, very close to this thing being released. It's believed the remake is being built in Unreal Engine 5 and will feature a reworked stamina system, better sneaking, improved blocking, a new archery system, and a spruced-up HUD. So, talk is on the table. Are Sean Bean and Patrick Stewart gonna get a chance to die in the same game again?
100%. They are coming back to die in this. Sean Bean is like, another property for me to die in. Let's go.
He's like, I think it's in his contract now.
Yeah, it's gotta
Like
be.
they
It's
have to
gotta
like, pay
be.
him extra not to die in something.
I'm very excited about this. So I'm the
tell.
resident Elder Scrolls nerd. So
Or
All right,
maybe
so
they
explain the game. Explain the game to me. Is this sounds like this is a big deal, but it's a remake?
it is a remake of I don't know, when did it come out? Like early 2000s.
Yeah, Elder Scrolls has been out forever.
Yeah, of the game right before Skyrim. So
Mhm.
Skyrim.
You will play it at some point.
Or play EXO online.
Yeah.
So what does it mean when it's a remake? It's the same game, right?
I don't know.
So
Probably.
typically with remakes, they put it in a new game engine. So they already said they're putting it in Unreal 5. They will usually upgrade the graphics, and then a lot of times they'll do upgrades to either UI experience, so like movement and camera and things like that. And they tend to update AI. So like a lot of times, any characters that you fight and stuff like that, they'll update the engine so in that way.
Or like
it's more
NPCs
challenging.
or something like that.
Yeah, the NPCs they'll make it so it's more challenging. So like maybe they add in the Nemesis engine and these things like actually think independently on their own.
Yeah,
things like that.
That'd be very cool. Yeah.
If they added the Nemesis engine to it, it'd be over.
Would
Like
be
it would be
awesome,
ridiculous.
Yeah. I am just disappointed that this is coming out and Elder Scrolls 6 is not.
Elder Scrolls 6 is still in development. So I
I know, but it's been in development for how long now?
10 years.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Officially at 10 years this year.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it took 10 years to get Daredevil born again. There's still
I understand that.
I have no opinion on this.
I mean, my opinion is if Sean Bean's in it, I guess he has to die, right?
And yes, both Sean
Can
Bean and
we?
Patrick
Here's
Stewart
what
are
I
the
want to
original
know: can we kill Sean Bean in this?
one. In a roundabout way, kind of.
Can we kill Patrick Stewart a la Wanda?
No.
Oh.
But you do watch him die in front of your eyes.
Is he the king?
Emperor, but
Oh, because it's good to be the king.
What if Sean Bean does it on purpose? Like he writes it into the contract. Like I have to die. I don't want to do all these sequels.
Right. You have to.
I want to die in the first movie or the first season.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if he survives the whole thing, you have to pay him more money. That's like new in this. He's like, what character?
I feel like they pay him extra. I feel like they pay him extra in order for him to die now that it's been a thing.
Yeah.
No.
And he get like he's just like, okay, well, yeah, no, I don't want a character that lives the entire way, so pay me extra and I'll die off in the first season.
So anyway, point is, my tacos have become an avatar of Akatosh and are currently ascending off the table.
Ascending.
They're ascending off the table.
Yes.
Wow.
So they're not on the table.
They were on the table, but now they're floating above it.
Oh.
Sack Deadpool saying, can someone name a TV show or a movie where Sean Bean hasn't died? I can name one. Yeah, I can name at least one.
I can name a game where he hasn't. It's Civilization 6, and it's because he's the narrator.
Snowpiercer. He doesn't die in Snowpiercer.
Yeah. How about this? That's a TV show. I can name a movie.
Oh,
doesn't he die in Snowpiercer?
No, he doesn't.
The Martian.
Yeah, I think it does.
That's a good
Oh, that's
point.
right. He doesn't die
He
in the
doesn't
Martian.
die in the Martian.
Because I was anxiety ridden the whole way
Just
through
the
that
whole
movie
time.
because I assumed he was going to die, and he was on Earth, so I was like,
Yeah.
something bad's going to happen to
It's
Earth.
something like a rocket is going to fall on him or something.
Yeah.
He was in a room with a huge glass window, and I thought something was going to just throw itself through that window and just impale him. I mean, seriously.
Real
Yeah.
quick. Did Sean Bean's Wilford die in Snowpiercer season 4, episode 7? The answer is yes. Sean Bean's Wilford died in Snowpiercer episode 4, or episode 7. Season
Yeah, but that's
4.
also
Womp
like,
womp.
wasn't that the last season of the show?
He
That
still
doesn't-
died.
he died.
He still died.
Yeah, but he survived the entire show, though.
But he
Wilford
still
and
died.
Leighton
Guys
worked
in
to capture and kill the grunts who tried to take down Snowpiercer's elevator. He died for an elevator.
Yeah, but Sean Bean usually dies in either the first episode or in the first season. He doesn't usually
Right.
last that long.
See, he tried it with Snowpiercer. He's like, all right, I'll give it a shot. I'll go a season or two.
He
He's
was
like,
still the villain.
Screw this. Screw this.
He
I'm
was still the villain in that show.
I'm
All
just saying, The Martian. The Martian
Martian.
still stands. He made it through that whole freaking movie.
That's right. That's
Thanks, Sean Bean, for giving me all that anxiety.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is
That was a
it
great
for
movie.
rumors. So let's jump into this, guys. It is now time for the download.
Ooh.
Let's do this. Wrong one. All right,
We done?
magic. It just,
We're
it
done.
just, it just went. Yeah. All right.
It went.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into all the fun stuff that we have going on here. We are jumping into our recurring segment, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Casting Corral with everybody's favorite Jen.
I'm craving for
There you
some casting news. It's corral time.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's another day in paradise for Triss. Shailene Woodley is officially joining the cast of Hulu's Paradise in a significant recurring role. Hopefully she's not wearing those glasses. Details about Woodley's character are under wraps. Word is she'll be playing a key survivor, someone pivotal to the expansion of the story.
Interesting.
So, James, you've seen the show. Will
Very
she
good
be a goodie or a baddie?
I think she's going to be a in-betweeny because we kind of know who's good and who's bad within the characters we know. I think she's going to be somebody else, somebody on the outside.
Like, we're not going to know if she's a goodie or a baddie until the very
Exactly.
end. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just got Hulu back, so this is like one of the shows that's on my list of things to watch.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I
Let me
wanna
tell you
watch
what
it
happens at
as
the
well.
end. So,
Okay.
I already know the twist, and it's ridiculous.
No, it's a good show. The whole twist thing isn't even really a twist.
Yeah. But it was interesting and unexpected, which makes it a twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Hey.
is, in fact, the definition of a twist.
Exactly. All right. So we got a rumor, and it's about somebody named Joseph Lemons. All right. He says, no, I am Todd. According to a report from Daniel Rickman, Lucasfilm has offered Jesse Plemons a major antagonistic role in Shawn Levy's upcoming Star Wars film. Will we finally get a ginger Sith? And will he be wearing the red glasses that he wore in Civil War?
I would love if he had like a mask with the red. That would be great.
I don't think he'll be a Sith. I think he'll be like a somebody from like the remnants of the First Order.
Yeah.
Oh, you think
I
so?
kind of hope this is a tangent and a half, but I kind of, and I'm not going to go down the whole thing. I kind of hope that we're done with the Sith as like a firm order after Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly don't know. I could also see it just happening again in some way.
Because you can do dark side users that are not Sith. You know, that's kind of what they're
Right.
trying to go with the Knights of Ren.
Yeah, and then they screwed it up with Rise Skywalker, but you know.
Yeah.
Here's something. This is what we could do. That he could be one of the clones of Emperor Palpatine. Oh wait, no, they already did that.
Palpatine wouldn't be a ginger. He wouldn't like clone himself into a ginger.
That's true.
Who'd want to do that?
Ooh,
I think
maybe he's the Doctor Who, and they're crossing over.
no. You know who he's gonna be? He's gonna be the moisture farmer that buys Uncle Owen's farm, and then he realizes how hot he is on Tatooine. He's like got to layer on the sunblock because there's two suns.
Yeah.
And then that's where the red sunglasses come in.
Exactly.
There you go. All right. Hey.
But he's also a ginger, so he's just gonna burn the minute that he walks outside.
And then there's going to be another charred body outside the
Exactly.
Lars farm.
No disintegration.
All right, now we're on to that musical magical mystery tour that is the new Harry Potter series. Bibbidi bobbidi woohoo!
Woohoo!
HBO officially revealed the first wave of casting for its Harry Potter series. John Lithgow is gonna be Albus Dumbledore. Janet
That's an interesting
McTeer,
take.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, yeah, whatever. Janet McTeer will be the no-nonsense Minerva McGonagall. I think that's actually a really good choice because she has a really
hot Gonagle. That's what I'm saying.
Hot Gonagle. All right.
Papa Sedu.
Sedu will view Severus Snape, which I think is a brilliant casting.
Oh,
I do. I think it is. And he is pretty hot. And Nick Frost will be the lovable half-giant Hagrid. I cannot imagine anyone except Robbie Coltrane and Nick Frost playing this role. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, would you want to be taught by this crew?
What's funny is all the rumors we've reported on pretty much came true.
I know, right?
Yeah, so this is all the people that we've been reporting on, like as far as rumors for this. So it's kind of cool to get a confirmation that all these people that were rumored to play the characters are actually playing the characters. I'm a little weirded out by John Lithgow as Albus Dumbledore.
Why?
I don't know. I can't see. There's something about his voice that makes him unserious to me.
I mean, he's done a lot of movies where he was like a serial killer and stuff.
No, he has, but the thing is I can't. There's a level of I can't take him seriously because he has almost this kind of like goofness to his voice.
Yeah, but that in the books, Albus Dumbledore is very goofy. Like there's like every book he said there's like in the opening scenes when they're at the table and there's the hat and everything and. Mm-hmm. He always has a few words to say, and those words never make any sense. So, I mean, they might be really like leaning into the more of the goofiness and then juxtapositioning that with all of the seriousness that Dumbledore. Just because you are trying to save the world doesn't mean that you can't have fun doing it.
And it's not that. It's just like I said. It's one of those things that it's not going to work in my head until I actually see the way that he plays the character.
Okay, all right. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. I mean, I can also say you're wrong, but okay.
I'm not saying it's going to be a bad performance. I'm just saying it's something weird in my like. Every time I picture John Lithgow trying to play Albus Dumbledore, it seems a little weird to me, but it's
you're just saying that you're the problem. It's you.
Yeah, I am 100%. But I'm also saying that I think that it's kind of the same way I felt about the Joker. Like I need to see him in the role before I can say anything.
Always comes back to Batman owns Joker. We're moving on.
We do it just to piss off Jen, ladies and gentlemen.
And guess who we're moving on to? The current
Batman.
So are spice vampires a thing? Probably.
He's a spicy vampire instead of a sparkly one.
You know what? He puts enough of that spice on there, he is going to sparkle. Deadline is reporting that Robert Pattinson, a.k.a. Rob Pat, might be the newest actor to join Dune Messiah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dune Messiah.
Messiah. Dude. Well, nothing is official. Multiple sources say there's strong interest. If a deal is made, Pattinson's role will reportedly be a major one, though details on who he could be playing are still under wraps. So I'm going to ask, who could Rob Pat be portraying?
One of the worms. He's going to be a worm.
He's gonna be a
He's going to be a sparkly worm.
Going to be a sparkly worm that tries to save Johnny.
But it's always just going to be in the corner, just kind of brooding, staring.
Yeah. Like the emo worm.
It's an emo sandworm.
Emo sparkly worm. Yeah. So my spice is on Leto Atreides, the second.
Okay.
Like the Paul's son.
Yeah. Which is funny with what James said. But,
And also is weird because I'm pretty sure Robert Pattinson is older than Timothy Chalamet.
And Timothy Chalamet is not going to look any older going into the next movie.
No.
Yeah.
So it's like you have him come in as Leto, and it's like that's a little weird.
Well, it's weird. Dune's weird. Dune is just weird. So, yeah. Anybody else?
Weird.
Any other theories? I like
No.
James's. I'm actually gonna go for that one. My spice was on
Well, again,
Leto.
Well,
Atreides, Leto.
now, not to spoil it too much. Technically, he's also talking about Leto. Or-
That's true. Yeah,
you know.
because he does become a worm.
Okay, I see. I was
Yeah.
trying not to spoil. Okay, whatever.
Those books have been out forever.
Yes. Anyway, Leto the Second becomes a half human, half worm. It's really
He becomes
fucked
the
up.
God Emperor.
He becomes the God Emperor of Dune.
Wait, are you
anyway.
serious?
No,
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then-
It's not a
Very
joke.
serious.
He
That
actually
is
becomes a
what
worm.
happens in the books. Yep. They get
Yeah.
really, really fucked up.
It gets really weird. Like things get weird
Very
in
weird.
that
And very quickly.
series.
Wait, so a dude becomes a worm in Dune Messiah?
Half worm.
No,
yes.
not in
Not
Dune
in Messiah.
It's
In God
Children
Emperor.
of Dune.
In Children of Dune. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason being is he was going on the golden path. So Paul was actually supposed to do that, but Paul didn't because he didn't want the golden path. So Leto did it after him. And Leto has this twin sister, and he gets her married off to some guy, somebody from another thing, and they start having the children that would pass on the Atreides stuff. And then he's alive for like 5,000 years. And then is it 5,000 or 3,000? It's one of those. And anyway,
It's a long ass time. Yeah.
it's a really long
This is-
time.
This is like Desert Little Mermaid or something. How they become worms and
They become worms.
They
No,
don't wanna be worms?
just him.
Just
He
him.
does this like it's a weird thing where he puts all these like little like the baby worms on him, and it basically coats him and creates this like exoskeleton, and slowly he starts turning into this worm, and that's what makes him live so long. And then it's like there's a whole thing. It's
So
like a
Frank
huge
Herbert was
deal.
on a lot of drugs,
Yeah, absolutely was.
Yeah.
as well as had a lot of political opinions that were just expressed in a kind of trippy way.
Yeah.
I think somebody took a lot of drugs and was like, somebody explain Jabba the Hutt to me. And he's like, all right, I think I got an answer. I got something for you.
You're like, okay, look, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do this.
Right.
Right, a guy turns into a worm.
Guy turns into a worm. Okay, this is just stay with me. Stay with me on here. Stay with me on this. Okay, he's gonna turn into a worm. It's gonna be a worm, and it's gonna be great. Okay, we're good. We're gonna say that.
Wow.
It's the same
All
planet
right.
Luke's from. Get it? Yeah, okay, we got it. But also the same planet that Anakin's from. But he turns into a worm. Not a Jedi, but a worm.
Yeah.
So
And he's immortal.
anyway,
He's immortal. Like they can't kill him.
yes,
For a
yes,
long
he is immortal.
Anyway, he died. Like he is the one. Like he says, "Okay, I'm gonna die now." Like
Yeah.
that's how. Like
he
crazy
decides
it
when he
is.
dies. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. All right. Anyway, pour the sand out of your boots and stop by the gift shop because we got merch, people.
That's right. We got merch, people.
Okay.
Oh wait, too early?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
it's
too
okay.
early.
Were we too early on that?
Yeah, it's only like half a show to go through here.
All right. Let's jump into the next story here. Beetlejuice or trilogy.
Oh,
Beetle trilogy. I
Beetle
thought it was 4 movies
trilogy.
that are coming out on the same day.
Yeah, I think they're doing another one. So Warner Brothers isn't done with the ghost with the most, following the massive success of Beetlejuice in 2024, which pulled a whopping 451.9 million worldwide on a $100 million budget.
damn.
Wow.
That's a lot of cheddar cheese.
It's a lot of cheddar cheese. The studio has officially confirmed that Beetlejuice 3 is in active development. The move is a part of Warner Brothers' larger push to breathe new life into fan favorite IPs. Alongside Beetlejuice, the studio is eyeing updates to The Bodyguard. Yeah, because we need that. The Matrix, we don't need that again. Practical Magic.
Don't you
Okay,
dare say anything
why?
bad about practical magic. You just keep moving on there.
Gremlins, which why do we need to ruin that franchise? It's fine the way it is. And The Goonies, I'm actually excited for that one. No showtime for the 3rd Beetlejuice film, but it will be coming soon. So
Again, I need to ask, especially David Zaslav,
Showtime.
is everything okay?
no,
I
everything's
mean,
not okay,
no,
especially
Should
with
we
the
have
nurse.
an intervention? Are we
Especially
gonna
with the
have a
news that I
deadline?
heard about what David Zaslav's doing as of today. I am not excited. I almost don't want to support Warner Brothers anymore with what I heard, but that would move us into a political realm, and I'm not going to do that. So
Well, I already have some ideas. So
it's worse than you think it is.
okay, cool.
All right,
You know what?
let's
Let's
move
go
on.
to a different world. Let's move.
Yeah,
We're gonna need a lot of lands for this one. Hasbro and Legendary are looking to create something big and epic with their live-action adaptation of Magic: The Gathering. And according to Deadline, BlackBerry director Matt Johnson is in talks to direct. Magic: The Gathering was created in 1993, and the card game has since grown into a global fantasy phenomenon with over 50 million fans.
Million.
There are no dates when we will be gathering magically into theaters.
Yeah, you got to tap those lands for mana.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
tap those lands,
You
you know
gotta
what I'm
tap.
saying?
tap them together.
Yeah.
Tap 'em.
Tappy.
Yeah,
Just tap 'em.
Turn them.
Tap
Yep.
taparoo.
Now, did Magic the Gathering, did they ever go like digital?
Uh-huh.
There are a
Yeah.
couple different like digital trading card games that are based on Magic.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
But
that
also there is a Magic: The Gathering app that is.
Yeah, it's
just-
like an arena. So Husby plays it every
Oh, nice.
day.
I play it sometimes.
He plays
So-
it every day. I played the one that was on Xbox for a while and played up against Husby and kept beating him. So I just decided to stop.
Like, how are you
Okay.
beating me every time?
And then he was so addicted to that. He was so Moorish on that he
So Moorish.
that he would log into mine and play mine, and then guys would hit on him thinking he was me. It became a weird thing, and he'd be like, "Oh, they're hitting on me again," and I'm like, "Well, they like the Frey girl." He was like, "It's
We don't
weird."
kink shame. We don't kink shame here. It could be a thing he's into.
Yeah. Anyway. Anywho.
We
Anyway,
do pig shame here because look out, pigs, we're coming for you. Paramount Animation has announced that the animated sequel to the Angry Birds movie 3, the studio has always had this date on hold in its comscore for a family event film. The previous 2 films were released by Sony and grossed a combined $500 million at the global box office. Wow. I didn't know Angry Birds was still a thing. Angry Birds 3 sees voice cast members Jason Sudeikis, Josh Gad, Rachel Bloom, and Danny McBride reprise their roles. Angry Birds movie 3 is taking flight into theaters January 29th, 2027. Does anybody care about Angry Birds anymore?
I was like, why is this news? Like, I thought these movies bombed.
Me too.
$500 million?
I'm really angry that it's still a thing. Is that
Are you angry at the birds?
no?
Well, I saw the Minecraft movie this weekend. I'm like, okay, the movie's not for me, but I'll go see it. My kids loved it. That's fine. But I'm like, who's into these Angry Bird movies. Like kids don't know Angry Birds.
Not
I have a
anymore.
question about a Minecraft movie. How much pink does Jason Momoa wear in that?
A leather jacket amount.
And
Really?
is he Lobo?
He's like a pink Minecraft Lobo. That's exactly what he is.
Fantastic.
Great.
Okay.
That's a
He
good way to
somehow
describe him.
builds a motorcycle in that world.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
where
very
Lobo
sorry.
comes
We're gonna
from.
do this.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, like my kids aren't into Angry Birds. I don't even know if they know what it is.
I mean, this is more like a my generation thing.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So, and we don't care. So,
Your generation doesn't really care about a lot. So
no, we don't. Yeah, we don't give a shit. So it's
Yeah.
not like.
I just think
So-
Angry Birds is in this weird realm of like the time and the internet. It's like, okay, everything's behind us. We're moving forward
I
now.
think if I had to psychoanalyze this a little bit, I think that this is like the Emoji Movie. God help
Oh
us.
God.
Yeah, it's like the Emoji Movie where I think the first few Angry Birds movies were like this too, where it's like, well, there was this trend that we think the kids still like. We think the kids are still, those crazy kids are still into those Angry Birds and all of that, right? I
Mhm.
think that's what this is. This is older corporate executives being like, oh, what are the kids into? They're into Angry Birds, or whatever.
No, so Jen's gonna relate to me on this right now. I started watching the studio.
Oh, you did. Oh my God.
It's-
Isn't
it's
it fantastic?
It is amazing, but it's basically the Kool-Aid movie. It's an executive that's going like, so this movie needs to be made. I don't care what you need to do. This movie needs to be made.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no. Oh my gosh. You all have to watch that first episode of the studio to fully understand the Kool-Aid movie and the craziness that ensues.
It's
with
so-
that.
It's kind of
Oh.
so like messed up, especially like when they talk to what's his name at the end of the episode.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
He's like, "Yeah, this is his swan song. This is like his final movie. What?"
I know. Like, oh God.
And they
I just
shelved
killed
it. So bad.
it.
Anyways, we're not going to continue on with this joke because it's going to just waste time. So let's move on to the next story here.
All right. Someone slapped me a sequel to an alternate ending? What? When I Am Legend 2 was first announced in 2022, fans were immediately started spinning theories about Michael B. Jordan, how he would factor into the story. Will Smith finally opened up about the sequel's direction, and he said, "What we're gonna do was do a prequel. So we're gonna do a prequel, and our Akiva was like,
Goldsman, yeah.
but what if we make a new version from the alternate ending? Way to go, Akiva. But what if we make a new version from the alternate ending of the film where your character is still alive? And, Michael B. Jordan's character currently is the head of a new settlement and he's not your son. Like, okay. We're going to
Okay.
just do a completely separate
Cool.
movie? Okay, sure. So Jordan isn't playing Neville's son, a flashback version of him, or some evolution of the virus. He's the leader of a new settlement in a post-virus world, someone who survived long enough to build something. So, new direction. In the theaters, in the theatrical cut of I Am Legend, Neville, Will Smith, sacrifices himself in a lab explosion to save Anna and Ethan, effectively ending his story. But the alternate ending, where Neville lives and realizes the Dark Seekers have their own form of empathy and social structure, has clearly become canon for the sequel. Oh my gosh. This project is still in development, but it's coming together quickly.
The only thing that makes this a little bit weird is this is one of those things where you had to have watched the DVD version of the movie in order to
Right.
understand the sequel.
Right. Exactly.
I'm just waiting for the Hancock sequel.
That was a good one. But I bet they go, I bet they like, what?
Is he going to shoot bullets through a trailer again?
Yeah.
Maybe. I bet they do something at the beginning of this new film where they retell the ending to get people on the same page. Like, hey, everybody, nobody go watch the old movie. Just watch this new movie.
Which was a remake of another movie.
Remake of 3 movies from the 60s.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there were 3 of them.
That were all based on a book. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I guess
crazy.
this movie is the direct adaptation of the book. There were like 3 movies that were based on the book in the 60s.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think it's crazy. They're making this from an alternate ending.
Yeah.
Like that's some balls, Will Smith.
Is this also Warner Brothers? It feels like
Yes,
Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Sean Bean ain't coming back from the dead. But Will Smith
But
can.
Will Smith can, yeah, apparently. Gemini Man, there were 2 of them.
That's
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Oh my God. That is the explanation.
The ego on this guy.
That is the explanation. It's Gemini Man 3 because the first one, the Gemini Man was Gemini Man, and then the sequel to that was I Am Legend, and then now I Am Legend 2 is the 3rd movie in the series.
There you go.
Let's just confuse the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
It's
Speaking
called
of
the
sequels.
What the Fuck?
This movie is called What the Fuck is Happening Right Now? And why the fuck am I watching this?
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Speaking of sequels,
Michael B. Jordan plays the role of the guy who gets slapped by Will Smith.
Wow.
Hey,
All right, hey,
nobody
hey.
slapping. Nobody
Keep
slapping Michael B.
keep
Jordan.
my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth.
I love more sequel news. Somehow
right.
Devil has returned.
Somehow,
Love it.
it's the wrong Neville. It's not the Neville that everybody wants to return.
Right. We wanted the dog.
Right. Once upon a time in sequel news, as we covered Netflix. Wait a minute. Hold on. I've got. There we go.
oh,
Once upon a time, Netflix is producing a sequel to Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Brad Pitt will return to play Cliff Booth.
and the
Don't-
Brad Pitt.
The Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
The Brad Pitt.
There can be only one.
The Brad Pitt is coming back. The Brad Pitt wants to play Cliff Booth. But don't expect this to be a traditional sequel. New intel from the Big Pictures podcast. This next chapter is shaping up to be a unique continuation. It will be more of a spiritual successor to the standalone spinoff, with Cliff Booth at the center of a new story. So it just seems like it's the Brad Pitt's character just in a separate story. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, Pitt and Fincher have a hell of a track record together, and with collaborations like Fight Club, which is like one of the best movies ever made, Seven, and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button under their belts. I didn't realize he directed all 3 of those. And I'm excited to see they will be working together on this Tarantino project. The film will be set in 1977, 8 years after the events of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and the original film covering just 3 days in 1969. This jump forward opens the door to a very different version of Cliff. Presumably, Rick Dalton, who was played by Leonardo DiCaprio, is out of the picture, and we're catching up with Cliff in a new phase of his life, older, possibly more jaded, maybe even a little crazier. So no news on when this is happening, but it's still in active development for Netflix.
It's crazy that Netflix is doing this. I think they paid like $20 million for the rights to do this. I guess that's where the Leo money went. They're like, hey, we can't afford Leo anymore. We just paid $20 million just to get this on our platform. So sorry, Leo. I do like this idea, though.
I'm more open to it, hearing that it's basically like a character that's in this universe it's like a different story regarding that character, but isn't tied necessarily to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the idea of that. Like let's flesh out this universe, explore it out a little bit more. We'll tell a story just about this one character.
Yeah.
I like it. Or
Man,
see
I
what
hope-
he can get into, all the hijinks he can get into.
I
like
just
it.
hope that, Brad Pitt makes something of himself one day.
I hope that guy gets bigger roles.
Right.
He could be a big star if he really puts his mind to it.
Yeah, if he really tried,
I mean,
he
really.
could be, he could be a big movie star. date some of the hottest women in Hollywood. He could do that.
He could do the Robert Redford biopic.
Right.
He might be a 7 if you worked out a little bit.
Maybe. Mhm.
He might be a 7 if you work out a little bit.
He could even go on a mythic quest.
Oh, I see what you did there.
There's no. There we go.
Hey.
Look at that. In sad McElhaney news. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate right now, everybody.
Yeah.
After 4 seasons of glory, it's game over, dude.
It's game over, man. Game over.
Mythic Quest, the chaotic, heartfelt, and hilariously on-point workplace comedy about the team behind a hit video game, has officially been canceled by Apple TV. Now, wait a minute.
TV.
I think this is the first thing that's ever been canceled on Apple TV.
I think it is too. I don't think they've canceled anything yet.
I think that stuff just stops and they just go, oh, I guess it stopped. Does Apple TV know that they canceled the show? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's continue. While the show won't be returning for a 5th season, boo, hiss, boo, fans aren't being left hanging entirely. The team behind the series has revealed that Mythic Quest will receive an updated version of its season 4 finale, a reworked ending that will give the characters and their story a proper send-off. Yeah, because there was cliffhangers all over the frickin' place in that one.
Yeah.
Like many season finales, the last episode of Mythic Quest ended on a cliffhanger, like I just said. So when viewers learned of its cancellation, they assumed that they would never get any resolution to the storyline and characters that they had followed for 4 seasons and kind of love and kind of hate and kind of are ambivalent towards. Yet, then Apple did something unexpected. It allowed the show's producers to re-edit the season 4 ending to give closure to the storyline and fans. Again, does Apple know they canceled it?
Yeah, I was about to say.
In a joint statement, executive producers Megan Gans, David Hornsby, who also is on the show, and Rob McElhaney shared.
Who's also on the show.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But I figured everybody would know that since he's in the frickin' picture. Endings are hard, but after 4 incredible seasons, Mythic Quest is coming to a close. We're so proud of the show and the world we got to build, and deeply grateful to every cast and crew member who poured their heart into it. To all of our fans, thank you for playing with us. To our partners at Apple, fuck you. I mean, thank you for believing in the vision from the very beginning, because endings are hard. With Apple's blessing, bastard, we made one final update to our last episode so we could say goodbye instead of just game over. All 4 seasons of Mythic Quest available now. The updated finale will be available later this week on Apple TV+.
Oh man, that sucks to hear, but at the same time, I mean, that is kind of cool that because it's on a streamer, they're like, hey, yeah, you guys can update your last episode and
yeah,
give some closure to the show.
Yeah, and we gotta know what happened to Joe. We gotta know what happened to Poppy and Ian and their dinner party. No, I'm just kidding. That was in season 1. I just love that she said that. But yeah, that. And then also we have to find out about Dana.
I bet you like the episode ends with just Rob on a screen. It's like, so we were canceled.
So what had happened was,
and this is what season 5 was going to be. So have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm hoping it's going to be like, did you guys ever watch the Parks and Rec when they did the last Parks and Rec and how they did kind of like in the future and like what happened to everybody? I would love something like that. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
They do like the Band of Brothers thing. Well, like at the, I'm saying it like at the end where they like this.
Oh, where they
this
just
person,
say
this
person was here and he did
Right,
this
yeah.
and then he died and no one knew.
Right.
Like,
And then he
I
died.
know.
No one
I think it'd
knew.
be funny.
they all died. I mean, really, I think like 2 of them were still alive when
Yeah.
Band of Brothers.
No,
was
I'm
made.
just saying it's like this is what yeah. Let's just do like that, like a really hyper serious thing at the very end.
I think there's more going on here. I think like maybe McElhenney was like, you know what? If you want me to keep doing it, it's going to cost extra money, but I got all these things going on. So either you pay us more or we're done. I think.
Speaking of all the things Rob McElhenney has going on,
No, but I mean, like, so yeah, I know that, but I mean, we're gonna get into that in a second. But the other big thing that's going on with McElhaney right now is, I mean, he just got renewed for what, 3 more seasons for
Sunny.
Sunny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's like dealing with like writing that and doing that whole thing, and like, you know, Sunny is like one of the most beloved series in existence. So
Yeah.
It'll be the longest running sitcom.
yeah,
of all time.
Besides The Simpsons.
Not categorized as a sitcom.
that
It
is
should
categorized
be.
as animation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, we're gonna go from sad McElhaney news to happy McElhaney news. I didn't realize that I did not make a slide for this, so we're just gonna keep it here. So in happy McElhaney news, Rob McElhaney and Ryan Reynolds are back for more football, more drama, and more Wrexham. FX just announced that season 4 of Welcome to Wrexham debuting with a double episode premiere. We all watched Welcome to Wrexham here, right?
I am fairly behind, but
I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up.
I have not
Husky
seen it.
watches it.
He actually watches Wrexham, right?
He does. So he keeps track of what their standing is and if they're going to be promoted or not. He watches all those games and watches the highlights and stuff. So I feel like I kind of already
know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like,
you have
okay.
spoiler for the season.
Yeah, I made sure to not pay attention to the standings because it spoils the series because it's like a year. The show comes out like a year after the actual season.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll check in on them every now and then just to kind of see where they're at. So,
He's
since
like religious about it. It's great.
since McElhaney and Reynolds bought the club in 2020, they've been on a mission to turn the 5th tier Red Dragons into a true underdog success story. Wrexham has climbed its way up into League One, which is their highest standing in 2 decades. With progress comes pressure. FX teases a new level of intensity, competition, and costs. Season 4 will continue to highlight the Wrexham AFC women's team as they battle it out in the Welsh Adrian Premier League, proving their talent on the national level and making their own case for greatness. Season 4 of Welcome to Wrexham kicks off May 15th, debuting with their double episode premiere on FX. If you miss it live, Hulu's got you covered the next day.
Oi, oi, oi.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
I like me some Wrexham.
I do. I do enjoy. I enjoy the show, but I also just kind of like. I root for them. Like I really want them to. I want to see them in the Premier League and just shitting on everybody.
That town has so much heart,
Yeah, it does.
and I just feel like I feel like they deserve it.
Absolutely do.
You know, I've looked at houses in Wrexham.
Have you?
Yes.
Dilly.
You know, friend of the show, Spencer Wilding, he's Welsh.
He is Welsh.
Oh,
I
You
think
know,
he said
Wales is a pretty big country.
I think he grew up an hour away. I think he said.
Yeah, he said he grew an hour outside of Wrexham.
that's
like
cool.
South.
Yeah.
South
No, I think he's north. I think he was. I
North.
think he said he was closer to the English border.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cool.
I know where Wales is. Do you all know where Wales is?
It's on an island.
No, it's not.
No, it's
well,
not.
I mean, I guess
is.
technically it is.
Yeah, take that, huh? Gotcha all.
Oh my
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's continue on here. SHDU, you got this.
I hate to be a not so fun guy. Or fun guy.
God. Oh my
Season
gosh.
2 of The Last of Us just launched, and
Boo.
HBO is already locking in Season 3. This early renewal speaks volumes about HBO's confidence in the series. Showrunner Craig Mazin and series co-creator Neil Druckmann released a joint statement about the Season 3 news. The story of Part 2, like the first game, is more than a season's worth of television. With great pride in our cast and crew, HBO has graciously agreed to renew the show for a third season. We are thrilled to be able to continue the story of Ellie and Abby.
They don't
There's-
sound like that at all. Neither
Yeah, that's
one
not-
of them.
It's not anybody's voice.
There's no release date yet for season 3, but chances are a writer's room is already at work or about to be. Season 2 had a 2-year gap from the first season and is currently airing on HBO and HBO Max now.
Okay.
Have you guys watched
all
it yet?
I have. I
haven't.
watched episode
I
one.
haven't.
I've not either.
Just without any spoilers. It follows the beginning of the game, but it also adds more context to it, and I kind of enjoyed that.
So yeah, okay, because I haven't played any of the games, so I have no freaking like frame of reference. So I wondered, and then I know it starts in the same place that his brother's in Wyoming,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Jackson.
And Jackson, okay. So I know that it starts there, but then I know they ratcheted up pretty quickly.
They go to Wales, yeah.
They do.
100%. They're in the Welsh land very quickly. No, it again, it does cover the very beginning of the game, and I kind of thought that they were going to be a little bit further along by the second episode, but I kind of like that they added a lot more context to everything. So it's kind of it's what they did well in the first season,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where here's the game, but let's add context to certain things, so then that way there's more drama to the story.
Yeah.
Right.
They added context, and they added it for a whole nother demographic. They added Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer is out here killing zombies.
And Swiper's a zombie, right?
Swiper has eaten one too many mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, she is pretty badass though. there is a scene. I'm not gonna go too into it, but there is a scene where they're just they're fucking reckless, but they're dope.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it's kids doing kid things. All right, I get it.
Kind of. Well, I mean, they're 19 and 20, so I mean, they're still.
That's a big plot.
To an
point.
immortal, that's a baby.
Yeah.
It's a little burn.
But again, the introduction of new characters. I know for people who haven't played the game, they don't know the significance of Abby, but
Okay, I was gonna say
he's gonna be a problem.
So she's playing Abby.
No, she's not playing Abby, but I mean, Abby is introduced.
She's
Uh-huh.
Dora.
Yeah.
She's like Dora.
No, Abby does get introduced. There's 2 scenes where she's prevalent. And it's very much for those who know, get ready for heartbreak. For those who don't know, she is a massive character. She's both an antagonist and protagonist somehow.
Actions have consequences, and that's what this is all leading up to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys just seem so smug. We saw it already.
I'm
Jen and SHDU haven't seen it yet.
No,
so
I'm trying not to spoil things, but show you how excited I am about it. Right? It's so much fun. It's so good. Again, for an episode that is as slow as it is, there's still so much tension that gets built up, and I cannot wait for the next episode.
How were the stunts in it? Were the stunts really good?
The stunts were good.
They're really good. Were they good? Would you say they're Oscar worthy?
Oh, I think we are saying that. So let's move on to the next story here.
Oscars are for movies, so
yeah, the Oscars are for movies.
I said Oscar worthy. I didn't say that it would get an Oscar. We're falling, crashing, jumping, swinging, driving, fighting, and blowing up the Oscars with this next story. All right. It took over a century, but the Oscars.
Oh.
Where did I go?
I was going to say,
hello.
Did we again?
I was still here. I was right here. Okay. It took over a century, but the Oscars are finally adding a stunt award category to their awards. the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced it will introduce a competitive Academy Award for achievement in stunt design. Now, only if the Olympics will do the same. This didn't happen overnight. It took people like David Leitch, a former stunt performer did I say his last name right? Leitch? It's Leitch. A former stunt performer turned director of Daredevil. I got Charlie Cox on the brain again. All right. A former stunt performer turned director of Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, I love that movie, and The Fall Guy, which is a
movie about
letter
stunt.
to stunt people.
It really
push
is.
From inside the industry. Leitch, along with veteran stunt designer Chris O'Hara, spent years pitching the Academy and making the case. This week, it finally paid off. Leitch said, stunts are essential to every genre of film and rooted deep in our industry's history. From the groundbreaking work of early pioneers like Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, and Charlie Chaplin, to the inspiring artistry of today's stunt designers, coordinators, performers, and choreographers. Starting with the 100th Academy Awards in 2028, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences will have a competitive Academy Award for achievement in stunt design, honoring films released in 2027. And you know what? I think it is well past time that we have that. I actually thought we already did. And I thought they did them at the non-broadcast ones because I don't pay attention to those awards.
Yeah, and God, 2028.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just like, oh yeah, let's wait and see if the world hasn't imploded by then.
Well, I mean, I hope Ryan Gosling is like the presenter for it.
That'd be great.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Eva Mendes.
I totally thought this was already a thing.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was a thing. So I'm so glad that and people were actually giving Ryan Gosling the credit for it. And I was like, did he? Maybe his movie brought more of a light to it. Like, hey, look at all these amazing stunts. And we did it about Stunt Guy. And look, it made money. And let's put it in the award. I think the Oscars are just trying to be relevant again.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's going to succeed, but,
Yeah. It's really cool though, because there is so much storytelling when it comes to like stunts and action scenes, and it's just another level of performance. So
and any kind of drama, like you have somebody has a car accident in a film, that's a stunt. Like somebody falls out of a boat into a pond, stunt.
So fun fact about stunts, it's not just like the action stuff you see in movies. Stunt actors are like the people driving the car, period.
Right. Yeah.
Like driving Miss Daisy, a stunt actor is driving the car.
That was probably the slowest the stunt performer ever drove.
Yeah. It anything that requires any type of movement or action, period, requires a stunt actor. The reason we know this is because we have had stunt or action actors on the show, and they've explained this to us. It's like, no, it's not just jumping off of buildings and exploding and being shot and stuff like that. Like, it's literally walking, a scene where you're just like walking down the street and the actor's too prissy to walk down do the walk on the scene. Then we're like stand-ins and we're walking,
and then you've got people like Florence Pugh, who decided to jump off the second tallest building in the world for the heck of it to do the opening sequence in Thunderbolts.
Or like Tom Cruise, who does all of his own stunts. And
we're not talking about him.
No, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying that he does insane stunts. Considering how old he is, he still does crazy stunts.
Yeah.
Well, just think about like, this is like stunt performing is really where movies are made. Like, think about the number of people that it takes to pull these stunts off. It's not just the stunt actors, but it's everybody behind the scenes.
You have a coordinator, you have and they have to rehearse it like for weeks to get it right. It is massive amounts of energy, time, and if they do it wrong, people could be seriously injured. So
The one that blows my mind is I think it was either the fourth or the fifth Mission Impossible movie, the one where he's climbing down the side of the Burj Khalifa.
oh yeah, that like
He
he's
actually did that.
base jumping. Yeah. Oh my god. And that was I think that's when I stopped watching the Mission Impossible movies because I couldn't deal with that kind of like anxiety.
Yeah, like he actually bouldered up the side. So if you guys are unfamiliar with rock climbing, bouldering is climbing without a harness.
Yeah.
So he actually bouldered or up the side of the Burj Khalifa. They had to have a crew there to catch him in case he fell. But he actually like climbed up the side of the building with no harness. And it's like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a little uncalled
Oscars.
for.
Finally, you're finally deciding to do this. Finally. I think we're done with News Boosh.
We
Well,
are. So
speaking
let's
of large, tall things.
We got to do the download now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move into this next story here.
That's what I'm saying. Speaking of large, tall things.
Who's doing
Is
the
anyone
story?
that?
I think this is a James.
Oh, you're not going to do an intro thing? Okay,
Okay.
cool. Godzilla is getting atomed up. Godzilla is getting atomed up.
Atomed up. Atomed.
Atomed up.
Atomic. You know, so like atomed up.
Take two. Godzilla is getting atomed up. I can't say it.
I don't know.
We're gonna keep it.
I'm trying to justify it.
After the monstrous success of Godzilla -1, Toho has officially gone full beast mode with their future plans for the King of Monsters. According to Bloomberg, the Japanese studio is dropping nearly $1 billion in expanding Godzilla's global footprint. Godzilla's global footprint.
That's good.
Across film, gaming, merchandise, and more. That's a full-blown kaiju conquest.
Oh, that was good.
About 500 million is earmarked for content development, which includes live-action films, animation, and mobile games. Another million podcast. Godzilla's going to get his own podcast. That's exactly what we need.
He'll
Great.
be interviewing.
I would like to apologize for Tokyo.
Rodan, and you know.
Another 100 million will be fueled themed attractions. Interesting. Merch and video games. They're also putting serious firepower behind the sequel to Godzilla -1. The investment blitz comes out of nowhere thanks to Godzilla -1 and its related projects. Toho just had its biggest financial year ever, raking in over $2 billion in 2024, with the studio approaching its 100th anniversary in 2032. Toho's now aiming to boost sales by 10 to 30% over the next several years. Basically, they're building a massive Godzilla-sized future.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Wow, they're going all in.
His footprint is already pretty big, so it probably won't take that much to make it a bigger footprint.
So DeLonge, my joke, for the record, was that the podcast will be called the Joe Rodan Experience, but you know.
Joe Rodan. Okay.
It's not bad. I like that one.
The Joe Rodan Experience. Okay.
There you go.
And then the introduction is just
And Godzuki.
That sounded more like Godzuki. Something like
All right, now that we're making weird sounds, let's move on to the next.
Are we? Wait, hold on. Are we big Godzilla fans? Are we excited for $1 billion worth of Godzilla marketing and merchandise?
I'm excited for more Godzilla if it is at the same level and the same quality as -1.
Does that mean it's going to be Godzilla 0
Or -2?
or -2?
That's a prequel though, because that's lower than.
Yeah, that's why
Whatever.
I said 0. And does that mean he's going to be sugar free and caffeine free?
There's the marketing pitch.
That's
You're gonna partner
Godzilla has gone vegan. Godzilla-
with Coke Zero
now
or
with
maybe Pepsi Zero.
now with no sugar and no caffeine, we're basically letting you drink water.
Zero sugar. It's Godzilla. Zero sugar.
But
Cherry
it's water
flavored
that will poison
Godzilla.
you.
Cherry flavored Godzilla.
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm cool with Godzilla,
Okay,
projects, but I wouldn't think like to throw $1 billion
Yeah,
at this
Godzilla, right?
franchise.
Hey,
But it kind of
Lizzo.
makes sense. It's like their cash
And
cow.
that's-
Like I said, like I just don't want them to take it and say, oh, we're gonna we want to make money off of this, but we're gonna sacrifice quality in order to make make mindless stuff. Like you had this kind of perfect melding of writing and directing and acting and just everything in a monster movie. Like
in that
you normally
Kaiju movie.
you normally don't have
Mhm.
that level of artistry in a kaiju movie. It's just more about the monsters destroying everything, and it's like they did such a good job with -1. So, like, if Toho is gonna kind of like, okay, we're gonna dump money into this, like, it's fine if you're dumping money into better VFX and better just kind of like visuals all around and making everything look even more realistic, but don't sacrifice the artistry behind it that made that movie so good.
Do you think like other studios, Toho hasn't learned the correct lesson, and that's why you're concerned?
I have a feeling like that's my fear, is that Toho doesn't learn the correct lesson, because we all know Warner Brothers doesn't learn the right lessons. Sony does not learn the right lessons. They're just more like, oh, rated R made $1 billion, so make more rated R movies. It's like, no, it's because they made a good movie and people
Right.
enjoyed it. It just happened to be rated R.
Godzilla's gonna
had-
start cursing.
It had to be rated R because the character in like the essence of the character is
Rated
rated R.
Very much.
So keep to the essence of the characters, then you won't go wrong.
Yeah. And I mean, hopefully, because Toho they have been really good about, they make more and more movies, and it's all about keeping the essence of the characters. And when I say the characters, I mean the monsters themselves, the kaiju themselves. Don't lose that.
Right.
I really don't want them to lose that. It's continue with the high level of quality you're using to make these movies.
Just ignore me.
He just like
ignore what I'm doing.
it was like somebody put a fucking sunlight on him, and it was like
Just ignore what I'm doing.
It was interrogation over there.
Like, there are 5 lights, kind of interrogation.
There are
oh my god,
5 lights.
You know
So-
what that's telling us, though?
I want to show everybody just
I do-
how white I am.
I do have a question. So
I'm Irish.
is Godzilla -1? It's a completely separate universe than like the Godzilla King Kong stuff.
So all the new
that
movies
was
that Warner
Barbie
Brothers is making
Godzilla.
right now. Yeah, all the stuff that Warner Brothers is doing, and Sony is doing is all separate from what Toho's doing.
So, I mean, really, this is yet another example of you care more about money than you do about art. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, and you learn the wrong lesson. Like, oh, look, money. Not, oh, look, art. That's going to get us money.
Because that's what Warner Brothers does. Warner Brothers is like, oh, we had successful Godzilla movies, so now we're just
gonna
cranking out these Godzilla versus King Kong movies.
I'm going to not make that motion. We're just going to milk it as much as we can.
And remember, everybody, Shidu will do anything for money.
Okay, now.
Except make that motion.
Except make that
then
motion.
He is the whitest man.
He is the whitest man in the world.
You know what? I know that we're like totally earthbound, but I really, really want to see Space Godzilla.
I think that's the Oh,
I want to see a better version of Mech. I want to see a better version of Mecha Godzilla. Though. Like the version that they put out.
Could Mecha Godzilla go into space? Do you think?
I think he can.
Yeah.
You know who he would be really cool to fight against?
Is it Chirrut?
No, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader would be fun. Which means I'm being signaled to move into the next story. So let's let's do this here.
Mean, I was gonna make a Zillow Beast joke, but you know.
Oh, nice. Well, the Beast with a billion backs. Many Bothans were excited for this next story, just like I was.
Good.
Lucasfilm were excited for this next story. They didn't die. No. At least this time. Lucasfilm is switching things up for the return of Andor Season 2, which is the final chapter of Cassian Andor's journey. It's also getting a unique release structure that sets it apart from the usual Disney Plus rollout. Instead of a typical weekly drop, Andor Season 2 will premiere with a 3-episode launch on April 22nd of 2025, which is next week, and then continue with weekly batches of 3 episodes. That's 4 weeks total for a 12-episode season. Here's how it breaks down. So on April 22nd, we're getting episodes 1, 2, and 3. On April 29th, we're getting episodes 4, 5, and 6. Mm-hmm. On May 6th, we're getting 7, 8, and 9, because 7, 8, 9. And May 13th, we are getting 10, 11, and 12.
All came to play at the Ladybug Picnic.
It's kind of funny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's kind of funny that the episode 7, 8, and 9 are coming out 2 days after May the 4th.
Yeah.
Right. This I wonder if they're going to be like major episodes though, just because they're premiering them like right around May 4th. Yeah. This staggered chunk release format is rare for Star Wars shows on Disney Plus. Season 2 of Andor is split into 4 distinct arcs, each a trio of episodes that covers 3 intense days of action, then jumps a full year ahead. Andor Season 2 will premiere with the first 3 episodes on April 22nd, 2025 on Disney Plus. So that's going to be...
Isn't that Earth Day?
Is that Earth Day?
I think April 22nd is Earth Day.
That's really funny.
It's Tatooine Day.
It's Tatooine Day. No,
I'm going to look that up.
It's the day all the Bothans died.
Which, for the record, happens. That's
happens.
Return of the Jedi.
I was going to say happens in the third movie. I know. I get.
Well, well, really, it's the 6th movie.
It's the 6th movie in the series, but it was the third movie made. Get it right.
Trilogy. I understand that.
The third movie made. Get it right.
Tell you what, it's not. What day it's not. It's not Alderaan Day, you know? Because
there are no more days on Alderaan.
Because we are arguing for Alderaan reasons.
In Alderaan places.
In Alderaan places.
Are you all excited for Andor?
I am, dude. I
can't
wait.
It is by far the best Star Wars show so far, pretty much.
I'm just excited for K2SO. That's
oh yeah, no, I'm excited for Alan Tudyk.
It is Earth Day. I just checked. It's Earth Day.
Awesome.
I'm excited for K2SO. I'm excited for Krennic to come back.
I'm excited for B2 Emo to come back.
Oh, the little B2 with his dog bed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, speaking of a galaxy far, far away.
Speaking of.
Something else to make sure I don't ever have a life. EA and Lucasfilm just dropped the name of their next big Star Wars game, Star Wars Zero Company. And that's all we know. 0. Well, what we do know is that it's a single-player, turn-based tactics game that's been quietly cooking behind the scenes, and it's being developed by BitReactor and Respawn Entertainment. It's set to explore a part of the Star Wars timeline that clearly dips somewhat into the prequel era, judging by the poster art shown off so far. The art features a Tognath Jedi wielding a lightsaber, an Umbaran likely channeling some of that eerie Clone Wars energy, a scoundrel-looking human, because you gotta have one of those, with a trusty R5 droid, a grizzled clone trooper sporting some gnarly Phase 1 clone trooper armor, and a Mandalorian from a currently unknown house. If you want to know more about Star Wars Zero Company, you're going to have to keep tabs on Star Wars Celebration 2025 news for updates. It was also announced that an info drop is coming April 19th during Star Wars Celebration. The game will get a proper spotlight with a panel hosted by Lucy James, featuring the teams from BitReactor, Respawn, and Lucasfilm. Expect more details from a celebration far, far away, and yet just around the corner.
Say
That's
Wong,
exciting.
what do you know?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Say Wong, you're there right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Is
I'm
he in
excited
Japan?
about that.
He's in Japan right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you were
Oh.
gone. You weren't here for the beginning, so you didn't see. He said something in Japanese,
And
and
I
then
had to go translate
SHDU
it, yeah.
actually translated it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. There's a lot of people that went to Celebration Japan. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, also, it's Japan. It's,
It is.
It's Japan.
And
it's
it's
like, why
during
would you not?
Sakura.
That's right.
Yeah,
is.
so it's beautiful there right
Yeah.
now. And especially
All the-
it's in Tokyo, so he's that's exactly
All the
the
cherry
perfect
trees are
place for that.
blossoming.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
It's like right in the middle of Sakura. It's
I'm really excited about this because it's a single player turn-based tactics game, which means I can play it because I don't play those freaking online bullshit.
Well, okay, so Respawn, that's what they've been kind of really good about is making single player Star Wars games. Like, because remember they're also the ones behind all the Survivor games.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So-
Hey, there James has a little guest.
Is it it is.
And I
So is it a
say
child?
little because she's standing up and she's quite short. So I assume little.
They just called you short.
Oh, the scowl that we Why would you call me short?
I'm sure you're very tall for your age.
Mm.
Young.
Oh, yeah.
Young Jahmez child.
But yeah, no, I'm willing to give it a chance. I know everybody's into Rivals right now. I haven't started playing Marvel Rivals.
I
And
have
I know that's a turn-based game. Everybody loves that.
I don't think
Oh yeah, I was
that's
gonna have
not-
somebody explain the game turn-based game. I don't know what that is.
So
If it's-
turn-based
So-
tactical games are going to be like you go into a fight, or like think Final Fantasy. Like you go into a fight and you choose what you want to do. You attack, and then it gives the opponent a chance to attack. And basically, you guys take turns fighting until somebody wins.
I'm hoping this is like Star Wars Baldur's Gate. That's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping it's more like Coder.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's a
Coder
good
was
point,
a
actually.
turn-based game as
It
well.
was
Yeah, it was.
turn-based. Yeah. Okay. No,
I
yeah.
would love something like that, like done now and not back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Isn't there a game like that? Galactic Heroes, right? Isn't that a turn-based game?
Galactic Heroes is a card game, though.
Galaxy of Heroes is what you're talking about. That's not a card game. That's one of those, like, you collect different characters and then there's teams and stuff. That's
Oh,
Oh,
so
that's
it's
like
not
Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah.
It's very
It's like
similar to that.
No, it's not that.
Yeah, no, it's very similar to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure there is a Star Wars card game somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. You
Or-
know
or
what,
yeah.
though? You know what I know there is? I know, especially right now, there is. And I mentioned it earlier in the casting crowd.
We know
got
there is
merch
merch
people!
people.
Yeah,
Hey!
we got merch, people.
Woo.
So, hey, guys want merch? We've got the wonderful gray shirt. We still have the gray shirts, right?
Yes, we still have the grace.
Okay. We still have the character shirts with just Phil and James.
Mhm.
No SHDU, no Frey.
No, none of us.
Just Phil and James. Those
We've-
shirts.
We've got stuff coming down the pipeline. Don't worry about it, guys. We've got
I'm
ideas.
just, oh my gosh, that was me giving you all shit because I own one of those. I love wearing it. So it is a little tighter because Mama has been eating. But we have those. So if you guys would like a shirt and you are in like the local area, local to Sacramento, it is $20.
Yeah, we should make clear it's their local area.
Right, not our local area, their local area. If we do have to ship it to you, it is $25. And of course, if you live in Florida, it is $30 because Florida.
Yes.
Florida man. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can DM us at Distance Nerding on any of the social platforms that we do that Phil will be talking about soon. And if not, don't we have the bags, the little backpack bags? And those are $10.
The drawstring bags, yeah.
Yeah, the drawstring bags. They're great at cons. You can just put stuff in there. You can actually not put anything in them, take them to a con, and by the end of it, you will probably have filled it.
Yeah.
So buy one at the con, fill it up.
Yeah.
That's right. Shout out to Wayne the Unknown in the chat right now.
Woo.
You'll see you soon, buddy.
Busy
Oh, he
knitting
shows
all
up
of
for
the
once.
DN beanies. Okay, there you go. Wayne, what's up? Hey, Wayne. And we also have stickers. You guys want stickers?
You can
Give
fill
us-
the
let
bags
us
with
know.
stickers.
You could.
right.
We
Yeah.
don't have hat.
We don't have that.
No.
And we don't have the black shirt.
We don't have
But we do have the gray shirt. It is extremely comfortable. I love wearing mine. I had it on the other day.
Yeah.
And people have actually said, hey, I like your shirt. So, it could be a topic of conversation. You feel like maybe you're not at your best, get one of these shirts. Maybe someone will tell you that they like it. And who knows, maybe you'll get a girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other, or arch nemesis.
Or an arch
Or-
nemesis.
Or
There
a
you go.
schoolyard bully.
Or
There you
schoolyard
go.
bully.
Foreshadowing, ladies and gentlemen. Foreshadowing.
Definitely DM us at Distance Nerding and we will get you a shirt.
That's
Yeah.
right. All right. Well, let's go over the schedule here, ladies and gentlemen. For the, I think this coming Monday is going to be the last Monday game stream
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because the thing.
because I'm going to be moving them to Saturdays
Oh.
Saturday.
because my
Was
work,
it because of Apple TV? Did Apple TV cancel it?
Apple TV canceled.
But he's gonna have a chance to re-edit the last episode. So.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our schedule Tuesdays, the download from 6:30 to 8:30, the show you're watching right now, all the news, all the rumors, all the fun stuff that's going around. Thursdays, the build from 6 to 8 p.m. this Thursday. Friend of the show and returning guest Dan Price is coming on to talk about the latest Kickstarter for his third book of Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Ooh.
Foot
It's
knows
such a good
karate.
book. It's such a good book. It's surprisingly more like kind of like Kung Fu Zen than you expect it to be.
Does he know that karate actually started in China and that it was brought by the Okinawans over
Yes.
to Japan? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
But like the book is great. Dan is going to be on Thursday to push the new Kickstarter for the show for book 3. So come and hang out with us. I am currently building the tumbler from Batman.
I'd like a beverage.
Random. So random. And then Fridays, guys, this Friday. Oh my God. What were we doing this Friday? I think we had something planned.
Are we going to do Jackbox?
That's right. We're gonna do Jackbox on Friday, guys. So tune in. We're gonna have a whole bunch of fun. We want audience participation. We want you
Did
guys
you
to
all
come
hear
and hang
that?
out and play with us. What
She just made a sound.
the dog? The doll?
Yes.
I was gonna say the dog has been making sounds for the last like 2 hours.
No, the
No,
doll.
the doll.
The doll made a sound.
The doll.
That's what happened.
That's even more creepy. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, this Friday, I believe at either 6 or 6:30, I'll get with the team, but we'll post it on the gram. We are going to be doing Jackbox games again. We want everybody to join us and play with us because that just makes it even more fun. If not, join in on the hilarity because you guys already know when we get together and do dumb stuff, it is hilarious. So that is it for the schedule here. Jahmez, anything you want to say?
If you have something you want to discuss, tell us what you're nerding out on and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, The Distance Nerding Didn't Post. And connect with us on...
I was going to say we need pluggables. So SHDU, go ahead and give us some pluggables,
Why
sir.
are you bugging me about pluggables?
I have SHDU Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I currently do Elder Scrolls content, TTRPG videos, lore for my own fantasy world, my own original music, paranormal investigations, and so much more nerdy stuff. Go watch my latest video, still the Elder Scrolls one, and my latest song. I have a new song out as of Sunday. It's called The Assassin's Dance. It's all about, I don't know, murders at balls. It's very fantastical, kind of inspired by
Murders
Dragon
and
Age.
balls. What the hell?
No,
Murders
murders
at-
at balls.
At balls.
Oh, okay.
Like
Anyway.
dancing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm also on Frey's channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into the respective D&D classes. Season 2 is currently being released. Go and watch the latest episode, which is still Percy Jackson, because we need to film and edit. That's a different issue. There's also Journals of the Ancestors, a continuation of Journals classes, where we will go over the different races, ancestries, and or species that inhabit the worlds of the multiverse. I am also in the Distant Nerdic Sphere. I am in the Download on Tuesdays, which is the very show you're watching right now. The Build on Thursdays. And I am allegedly on Kyber Cave Productions. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Jen, anything to add?
I have this on noise cancellation, so you have not been hearing the dogs from me. That was SHDU, because there is a sleeping dog in front of me, and she has been asleep this whole freaking time.
I don't think it's been me if I could hear it.
No, I tested it. I muted you earlier and it stopped, so I knew it was coming through your mic.
Yeah.
There aren't any dog
proxy.
noises. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
It was proxy snoring. I know that was
Was
proxy
it?
snoring.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
I couldn't even hear her
Yeah.
snoring. Okay, well, you know what? She's been ill. She was very ill
She
this
has.
weekend.
She has been very ill.
That's all I did this weekend was take care of her. So
She
she's
is
very
on the
attached
recovery,
to
but
me
she
again.
is. Yeah.
that's all I
All
got to say.
James, anything from Obi? You got any updates from Obi there?
He was just up here, but he just ran away because he smells food downstairs. He's like, wrap up the podcast. Let's go eat. And
I know, right? It's like
Kind
food.
of with him on that.
All right. Well, now let's go back to what we were doing, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to support the show, the best way to do it is to head over to distancenerding.com. Go over to the top of the page right there. You can hit that big blue button that says buy us a taco. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can join the taco party. Join the taco party. That's right. Join the taco party. It is the best way to support the show. Makes it so that we can do more shows and get better prizes and bigger prizes and more things. Makes it so that Graveyard can get bigger brackets for the build and we can do more stuff on the show, like the premium Jeopardy, so we can do better Jeopardy.
Yes.
All that kind of stuff. Nerd pretty. No, Jep Nerdy. Yeah, we do Jep Nerdy. I got to make sure I'm
Jep
not stealing from other
Because
people.
the other one is copyrighted.
It's not copyrighted. It's just on a friend's show, and we're not stealing their segment.
Oh,
Which, James, I don't know if you noticed, but they dropped a new episode. So, yeah,
because they're mad at you about it.
they're mad at me about it.
Trying to steal their episodes. They're like,
You're stealing Jep Nerdy or Nerd Pretty from us? The hell, man.
Yeah.
oh,
it's like Disney. Like, we can't lose our copyright on this. We got to put something else out.
Yeah.
Jeff Nerdy.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the party time. So, of course, if you would like to follow us on all the social medias, if it exists, we are there. Ladies and gentlemen, connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's not X. I don't even know why we still have Twitter. I look at Twitter and it just depresses me. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, Blue Sky, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and handles. The beard, Jahmez's glasses, just judging you for not buying all of the gray shirts that we have left. Buy all the shirts, and of course, all the things SHDU would do for money, specifically the hand motions that he did earlier
Yeah. And murder balls.
in Murder Balls. That's right.
Murder balls.
And apparently, whatever
What the hell is
sound the
going
fucking
on?
demon baby is making,
What is going on over there?
I think she learned how to make it make noises.
That's happened several times. It's always when we're filming, weirdly enough.
She figured out how to make it make noises.
No. It just makes noise randomly.
No, but I think she learned why it makes noises because she's shaking the living crap out of that baby right now.
And you can't see any of this.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of Ryan Gosling in the middle of whatever film that he's doing right now, not specifically in front of while he's doing
Killer Klowns.
Killer Klowns from Outer Space, but or maybe Lobo, maybe spit us out at the feet of Lobo.
Oh, I thought you were saying that Ryan Gosling is also in Supergirl.
He could be. No.
You never know.
Yeah, you know.
That's right. You can send us an email at this.
Wasn't there two Lobos? There was two Lobos for a minute. They had like sexy little Lobo.
So
I got caught up on
Lobo
this.
and Bolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then
And
Lobo
It's
had a
nerding
daughter.
at AOL.com, and we will read it live on air. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us.
Thanks, and keep nerding together.
That's adorable. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. Jesus.
That is child abuse.
I now know the joke that I am writing for Jen tonight. Jen shakes a baby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is now time for the dance party. Let's do this. She's still shaking it.
Distance nerding.
She's still shaking the baby. He's in a cake. And James wants to match your energy by shaking a bluey.
He's choking the blue.
He's choking the bluey.
Very violent episode. Is that a teapot?
Yeah, that's Brucey's teapot.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
teapot.
Bruce, go to bed. Go to bed.
Go to bed, Bruce.
Bruce, go to bed.
Woo.
Time to go to
Good
bed,
night,
Bruce.
everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you guys all later.